everybody. We are your Monday morning quarterbacks. This right here is Green-White-Checkered finish. My name is Bo Estes. And Mike Bell, right here, I have a question for you. Can we do an entire show based on just one lap? What do you think?
Yes, we can. We're going to break this thing down like there's a Bruder film. What happened on the last lap, or last two laps at Watkins, Glen? The biggest three stories from lefts and rights this weekend. And you, the NASCAR fans, takes on those big three stories right there on the bottom of the screen here on NASCAR.com.
Well done. Very well done, Mike Bell. Hey, let's get started. We got a green flag topic for you. Very important topic. Let me ask you, Mike Bell, better, is it the race to the chase where they have these wild cards, or is it the chase itself? One guy gets one last slot. What do you think?
I got to be honest with you, even though we've come down to Homestead where there's single points or maybe double-digit points between the number 1 and 2 or 3 drivers, this is where it's at, man. This is like a pennant race in baseball, the dog days of August before we set the field for the chase. I think this is much more interesting, especially when you look at the names that are trying to get in. Carl Edwards and Jeff Gordon and Kyle Busch, who takes a hit based on what's going to happen here in just a few minutes. This is, for me, the best time of the year. Much more exciting, unfortunately, than what we get in the so-called playoffs. Exactly,
and let me add something here. What we've been saying for years, when drivers race for wins, it is better driving. These are the drivers that have to race for wins to get into the chase. Ryan Newman, currently in that spot right now. Jeff Gordon as well. Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, and the guy that won this week, Marcos Ambrose. But I will add Mike Bell. Every driver in the top 10 and Casey Kane also racing right now for wins because those bonus points for the chase. It's not going to get better than these next 4 races.
No, just to wrap it up, guys have to get W's right now. It's not, unfortunately, like what we see in the chase where it's big picture racing, save the car, bring home a top 10. This is much more interesting right now for NASCAR fans.
Yeah, so Casey Kane, obviously, if he gets in by the wild card, he doesn't get those bonus points, but he can still get in that top 10, and then those bonus points would count. It's unbelievable. It's as good as it's going to get. Moving on, white flag topic, Mike Bell, a little bit of excitement right there. Watch that. Is that blue smoke? That's pertinent. Why? Because should NASCAR throw in the caution on the last lap? The drivers thought there was oil out there.
Well, there was oil out there. And as we see from the video there, our producer Jason Schnolen has the one of the track officials there looking and seeing
blue smoke.
Bobby Labonte coming by. Blue smoke means oil on the track. Look, it was a real bummer for Kyle Busch, who gets a little squirrely there. Dale Jr. said they shouldn't have been out there under those conditions. But for the fans, I got to be honest, this was awesome. Yeah. This was the best lap of racing we've seen all season long. Unfortunately, a byproduct of a very slick surface because with the oil you have no grip. We saw, Kyle come down on Keselowski there, but this was a fantastic race and a great finish. Had NASCAR dropped the yellow flag, we would have been deprived of this unbelievable slipping and sliding finish between Keselowski and Ambrose. Tough break for the guys who wrecked. Fantastic for the fans. NASCAR probably should have thrown a yellow, but in hindsight, man, that was an awesome finish.
Well, you're right. It's as good a finish as we've had in years. And that the next point also, NASCAR asked their spotters out there, their own spotters. The NASCAR spotters didn't see it. We showed you some film. Maybe they should have seen it, but they didn't see it. They reported back that they did not see it. Obviously, the drivers and the chatter on the radio, they saw it.
Well, you got half the field coming through on the next to last lap. You're going to go green-white-checker, and then we're going to have Keselowski drive away. Yeah. If you drop that there, I don't know. I mean, I get it. Kyle Busch is steaming. Dale Jr. was upset about it. A lot of drivers thought it was nonsense to be out there. But, man, for the fans, what a show. What a finish.
And your point is well emphasized. This is all about entertainment. That's the bottom line in this business. Let's move on. Checkered finish right there for you. Mike Bell, was this the best finish of the season? Simple question.
I got to be honest with you. It's like one of the best last laps we've seen in years in Sprint Cup racing. We've seen some better finishes in Nationwide. This is why people who say they don't like road courses should go pound sand, because this is fantastic. This is what lefts and rights get you. This is proving who is the best pound-for-pound driver out there. And look at Keselowski. Thought he was going to get another road course win, but Marcos Ambrose is the man. Certainly Watkins, Glen, off in the grass. I mean, even going down to the last lap, it looked like these guys would wreck. It was kind of like the video game Spy Hunter. Somebody threw the oil on the track, but man, was that fun to watch. I mean, I DVR'd it, watched it about 4 or 5 times. Great finish, great racing, and for Marcos Ambrose and his buddies at Richard Petty, what a finish.
Easily the best finish of the year. You could throw out Martinsville, where Ryan Newman got his win and Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon got taken out. You could throw out Joey Logano winning at Pocono on the bump and run around Mark Martin. It's not close, people. It's not close at all. Our own interactive producer, Jill Irwin, said it's the best finish she's seen in her 7 years of covering NASCAR. One fan comment for you real quick. Garfield, Maximus, Linton, what a name there. Wow. For those who love NASCAR, then you just watch a true demonstration of dexterity, power, and wit. Two cars battled to the finish as the race leader Kyle Busch, ran off the track at Watkins Glen. It's terrific.
And how about this? No bellyache and no nonsense between the two cars at the last lap. Marcos, Ambrose, and Keselowski congratulating Keselowski, going talking with the guys from Marcos' pit crew. Hugs and high fives everywhere. Real racing between two guys that were a bunch of crybabies.
Absolutely. Straight class. Hey, let's move on to my absolute favorite part of the show. Let's put a bow on it right about here, Jason Schnolen. You know, subtext. Below the fold here, headlines. Guess who? It's getting late summer. Guess who's back on top of the points? Of course. Yep. As NASCAR gets later in the season, the 48 all the way back on top. Jimmie Johnson is your points leader. People counted him out early in the season, Mike Bell, and he's not out at all.
And for me, to do the closing bell, Junior. We've been so excited about it. We've been talking about him on the show, and now he's not leading the points after Watkins Glen. And he looked catatonic by his trailer in the post-race, talking to Dr. Jerry Punch. Hey, Junior, buck up, little guy. We know you don't like lefts and rights. Let's get it together. Get some fuel strategy going at Michigan. Let's try to get back on top. This is where, Junior, the rubber hits the road. Do you fade like we haven't seen you in years past, or do you buck up in that seat and get that elusive championship? Come on, Junior. We know you can do it.
That was a motivational speech right there by Mike Bell. You went a little Stuart Smalley on Junior.
Because you're good enough, and gosh darn it, Junior, people are paying you enough money to do this.
My name's Bo Estes right here. That right there is Stuart Smalley. We thank you so much for watching Green-White-Checkered.